Hello, folks. Welcome to another chapter of Curse of the Azure Bonds. So, this is chapter 2, and I want to take a minute and, discuss why I picked the classes that I did, right? So, Timerson's a carryover, and he was already a paladin. So, he stayed a paladin. Cirthelian is a new character, and he's a fighter magic user. So, um, the reason I chose that is I didn't really like having two magic users. That all they did was throw darts and magic missiles. So I wanted one that, could fight. So the fighter magic user can cast spells while wearing armor. Um, they can fight as well as a fighter and receives more hit points than a pure magic user. Um, there are restrictions placed on magic users, so I made him an elf because um, they can cast with armor. Um, yeah, I mean, it seems like a good character, so we'll find out. And then Alara obviously is a carryover, and we need a cleric, and we need a female. Um, because having one female party member, at least one female party member, at one point in the game will help. And then Hezit, he's a fighter thief. And no, we don't use a lot of thief skills in these games as far as I can tell. Like, what use did we have in Pool of Radiance for a thief? But I thought maybe having, a fighter thief would be good. Um, fighter thief has more hit points and a better armor class than a pure thief. Thaco eligible for percentile strength points. As you can tell, he's 1899, which is the cap for a dwarf. He could still backstab, right? Um, it's medium or smaller opponents. The thief can't be wearing any armor heavier than leather, with the exception of elven chain. So I'm going to mainly use him as an archer, and we're gonna see how that goes. Right, Kynan is a carryover. He's age 0. That's funny. Um, and his strength is capped, and he was a good character as an archer. Plus he gets the ranger damage bonus, which is extra damage versus giant type monsters. He can cast druidic and magic user spells. If he was a human, rangers are the only humans who can cast magic user spells in combat while wearing armor. So they actually suggest that once you hit level 9, dual classing into magic user, and then you'll be able to cast all magic user spells while in armor once he reaches magic user level 10. I was tempted to switch him to a human for that reason, but I decided not to. I'm more about enjoying the game, and I like the idea of having a ranger. And in our pen and paper games back in the day, Kynan was either a ranger or a fighter thief. So we went with ranger. And then Alaric obviously is a carryover from the other game. So their suggested parties, they have several suggestions for parties to make the game easier, meaning that you're covering all your bases, right? The first one they suggest is 2 human paladins, 1 elf fighter magic user, 1 dwarf fighter thief, and 2 clerics. A variant of that could be, dropping a cleric and adding a third paladin. That just seems weird. Then you have 2 human paladins, 1 human ranger, 2 human magic users, and 1 human cleric. One of the magic users should be an elf. Then you have, 2 human paladins, 2 human rangers, 1 human cleric, 1 human magic user, and then you're doing a lot of dual classing. So this is why I chose the party that I chose. Dual classing seems like a lot of work. All right, so in the first chapter, we bought gear. We went around seeking help to getting rid of our runes, and then we went back to the inn. So let's cover the first journal entry. Journal entry 1. I'm beginning a new journal. My old journal is gone along with all the party's equipment. I write here to try and make some sense of our spotty memories. We had all agreed to come south to Tilverton to seek. Sorry. Oh. To seek the lost princess Nicatia of Cormyr. Tilverton is on the border between the Dale Lands and Cormyr and was the last place the princess had been spotted. Rumor was that King Azun's youngest daughter, the Princess Nicatia, ran away from the royal household of Cormyr almost a year ago. She fled an arranged marriage and ran off with a cleric from Tilverton, named, I guess it's Gary O'Gond. The latest word was that Nicatia and Gary had fallen out and that she was seen near Tilverton recently. The king had a large reward out for Nicatia's return. A smart group of adventurers like ourselves could make some powerful friends if they found the princess and returned her to the king. Somewhere along the road to Tilverton, we were attacked. The brigands must have been invisible because some of our party went down before we knew what was going on. I vaguely remember dark faces and evil-looking helmets firing crossbows into our midst. The crossbow hits were not fatal, but every hit seemed to drop its target. I remember getting hit in the arm. The wound blazed like fire. My head swam. Just before I blacked out, I thought that this was a bad end for such experienced adventurers. Now we awake in Tilverton with our wounds healed, our equipment gone, but we have found a stash of coins. One of our first priorities must be to buy new equipment, which we already did. I overheard a servant mention the date, but I'm not sure if I believe it. If the servant speaks true, it's almost a month since the ambush. Almost anything could have happened in that time. It seems that almost anything did. Each of us awoke with 5 azure blue symbols imprinted on our sword arm. The symbols are not tattoos, they seem to exist below the skin. They occasionally feel like they are moving. We have devised a plan of our attack. Our spellcasters will prepare their spells, which we already did. We will purchase some new arms and armor, which we already did. Then we're going out into Tilverton to find out what's going on. Someone must know, and I don't care if we have to roust every sage, priest, and bartender in this town to find out. These are some random printed notes I have collected. Their information may be important on our journey. My journal notes continue on page 10 of the journal, which I didn't print down. I didn't print it out this time. I'm just going to use the PDF. It was a lot of printer ink to print the stuff for Pool of Radiance. And, I have PDFs. Alright, so yes, we've gone to the priest, we've gone to the sage. They can't help us. What I want to do is visit the Curse, which is the bar, local tavern. What is your pleasure? Obviously, I don't want to punch the barkeep, although that's kind of a funny option. So we'll have a drink. We're going to have Dragon's Breath, because that just sounds cool. He hands you a glass of clear liquid with a few small seeds floating in it. It has a peppery smell. Care for a tip? Yes, we'll take a tip. He tells Tavern Tale number 37. Alright, so we are going to have to Find Tavern Tales. A lot of journal entries. Alright, Tavern Tale 37 is King Azun of Cormyr is hunting for his wayward daughter in Tilverton, which we already kind of knew. Alright. What's your pleasure? We'll have another drink. We'll try the basilisk. It brings out a steaming glass that smells strongly of alcohol and an unidentifiable scent. For a few moments after you drink it, you find yourself unable to move, though the effect was not unpleasant. No, we don't care for another tip. A special customer's arrived. You have to slip outside for a moment. Do you go? Yes. As you begin to walk out the door, you see a young woman with a purple sash slip in the side door. A few of the other patrons hang back as if to meet her. As you consider your next move, you hear a commotion around the side of the building. Do you investigate? Yes. There is nothing here now except for an ornate knife, and you record it in journal entry 17. We wanted what? Journal entry? Good lord, man. Journal entry 17. So that's the knife. Pretty cool looking knife. It's obviously a flaming knife. Alright. The Hall of Training, so that would be the training hall, which I'm sure is where we would go to dual class if we were going to do that sort of thing, but we're not. You encounter a group of royal guards. They tell you that this way is closed because the royal carriage is coming soon, and they send you back. You move away. Okay. That's the Tilverton General Store, which we don't want anything from. You're passing through the crowd. You hear someone say that Gary was seen just outside of town. As you're passing through the crowd, you hear the knives are getting bolder. Something's going to blow. You encounter a group of royal guards. They say, "Make way for the royal carriage." You hear the king's voice coming from the carriage. Suddenly, the sigils on your arm glow brightly. You find yourself unable to resist a compulsion to attack the royal carriage. As the carriage retreats, a young man leans out and croaks, "Don't kill me, I'm not really the king." Then as he spots your blue markings, he faints back, crying, "Oh no, not again." The glow begins to fade. A loud bell starts ringing behind you. The guards rush toward you with swords drawn. Okay, I guess we're gonna fight some guards. So combat should be exactly like it was in the previous game. Different sound effects though. And if you notice, I gave the characters different looks in their little mini person thingies. I gave Alaric the pointy wizard hat because somehow I thought that would be appropriate. Alright. So in this game, clerics can use staff slings, so Alara can do ranged if she needs to. No, continue the battle. The party is won. Each character receives 140 experience points. What do we have? So none of this is probably magical. How are we on money? So each person should have approximately 131 plat. Well, we just fought city guards. I don't think we're going to be able to buy anything or sell anything in town. So we're just going to leave it. You see, beyond the charging guards, 2 red-robed men jump the carriage. They haul out a thin man and drag him into an alleyway. One calls out, "Do you surrender?" Yes. You are thrown in jail. After a few hours, one wall slides open and a thief appears. He hands you your equipment and signals you to follow him. The man leads you through hidden passages, emerging in a dark underground area, the Thieves Guild. Before you stands a burly man surrounded by several alert bodyguards. He seems somewhat nervous. You look a little rocky. Care to rest? Yes. Alright. We'll save our game. Quit to DOS. No. We didn't use any magic. Okay, let's continue. The fire knives have the king's daughter in the hideout, hoping to lure him into a trap. I cannot directly intervene, but I can offer information. Suddenly, the side door explodes inward with a deafening crash. Traitorous scum, hisses a fire knife. Seize them all, he commands his sizable band of thieves. As his men spread out, the guildmaster hurls a poisoned dagger, which catches the fire knife in the throat. His body slumps to the floor, twitching violently. As you prepare to meet the onslaught, you can't finish reading because it went by too fast. Well, this is a perfect opportunity to use the old fireball. If it has the range. Oh. Well then. Oh. As it needs to switch weapons. So we will unequip the short bow, equip the longsword. Interesting. Let's try this again. There we go. No, don't attack your ally. What are you doing? Oh, these guys are on my side. What am I doing? I'm using my longsword, right? Aim, manual, target. I must just be like willy-nilly hitting buttons or something. Alright, let's put some of these guys to sleep. Really? We want hot flame. Alright, so anybody that attacks him now should take damage. Alright, so cloud kill. Gonna get my own people. So I'm gonna have to learn something here. Yep. Got my own people. Why am I attacking? Did I mess up somewhere? I did. I messed up somewhere. Alright, so we're just gonna quit combat the rest of this. I think the thieves were on my side, and I attacked one of them, which turned him against me. Pretty sure that's what happened. Yeah, I screwed something up. Alright. Party is one. Each character receives 1,179 experience points. Alright, so we're looking for anything that isn't a dagger leather armor. Guildmaster gaps. On balance, I'd rather be in Ulash. And then he dies. You find information on his body and log it as a journal entry 4. A map marked sewers. Alright, so from the guild to the hideout. There's a secret door there. Alright. You hear howling from ahead. The fire knives release their dogs. Alright, so we want to kill these guys first, obviously. Oh, she's using her staff sling, that's why. Like, what the heck is going on? Alright, remove that, equip our shield, equip our mace. Alright, that fire knife is dead. Alright, Kainen's using his... oh. Apparently I'm not all that observant today. $16 points of damage. Alright, that fire knife is dead. Poor doggy had to go. Feel bad killing dogs. All right, we are victorious. Alright, party is 1. Each character receives 421 experience points. Alright, what do we got? We're probably going to take the arrows. Nope. Okay, so I guess we will explore the Thieves Guild. Really? They charge. Let's cast Ice Storm just for fun. Oh, got my own guys. Okay, so Ice Storm, like Fireball, needs to be careful. Alright, and we are victorious. 730 XP. We're not going to bother. There's still treasure left. No. Here on the table is an open guest book. The last entry reads, "O Rustkettle, Bard of the Realms. Touch the harp and lose your hands." Assassins leap on you. Ugh. Yeah, we're just gonna do quick combat. Oh. Oh, and I just spilled coffee all down the front of me. That's awesome. I'm telling you guys, today is not my day. That's awesome. And I lost the spell. So, I'm getting frustrated, but really, this game is smarter than the last one, because it would just let me cast spells willy-nilly without, like, going out of its way to make sure that I couldn't. There goes the mage running away. Not anymore, he's a dead mage. And he ran himself into a wall. Okay. The party is one. Each character receives 830 experience points. No, we don't want it. Well, shoot, we should have checked it, but apparently we're not too bright. So, Alara is going to cast Cure Light Wounds on Timerson. Then she's going to cast Cure Light Wounds on Circelian. And she's got 2 Cure Serious Wounds. So we'll use one on Circelian. And we'll use the other one on Timerson. Alright. So we're going to save right here. Quit to DOS. New. Magic. Memorize. So she needs her Cure Light. And then she has 2, so Cure Serious. Yes. Alright, Circelian probably hasn't cast a spell yet. Oh, he did. He cast, what do you call it? Fire Shield? Alaric needs to memorize. Sleep, sleep. Magic Missile. 2 third levels, Fireball, Fireball. Ice Storm. Cloud Kill. So I don't know if we can rest here, but we're going to try. Okay, so everybody memorized their spells. Save again. Go back into this room and see if we can actually, like, rest. Alright, so we're going to try 4 days. Okay, so that's what that does. So it heals and then rememorizes the healing spells. That's freaking cool, and that's actually in the game. That's awesome. Alright guys, so we are going to call it here. We will come back in the next chapter and finish exploring the Thieves Guild. You know, if you enjoyed this video, I know, sloppy. I'm not gonna re-record it. I'm not gonna edit it. We're just gonna give it what it is. You know, please smash that like button. Please hit that subscribe button, and you can hit the bell icon if you want to receive notifications of when I post new videos. All right, folks. Thanks for joining me. Take care, and I will see you later.